Hey, it's Venomman20 here. I just got done making my video on how to cage your crocodilian, caiman, or alligator, and I forgot to throw a couple things in there. Like whenever you go to build the cage, make sure that you keep it pretty simple. Don't make it too complex, because the more stuff you put in there to pretty it up, like plants and stuff, the more they destroy. They love to mess up their cage and make it how they want to. Another thing, if you go to put fish inside the cage, make sure you put those in a couple days before you actually put your alligator or caiman in there, just because the fish need to get acclimated to the water, or else he'll just tear them up. He'll kill them just for fun. A lot of times they won't even eat them. Another thing is, if you go to put pebbles inside the cage, like in the bottom of the water or on your land area, a lot of times the crocodilians will eat them, because in the wild they eat them to break down bones and turtle shells, and in captivity there ain't much use for it unless you're feeding your alligator turtles, which hopefully you ain't, because that ain't really right in my opinion. But yeah, so there's no real need for rocks. Try to keep it pretty simple, and I hope you enjoy this video. This is an aquarium that's out of use for now, but I just wanted to show you. This is about a 4-foot long, 2-foot wide aquarium. Not quite, it's like 18 inches. But anyway, it's half land, half water for the most part. I don't really believe in getting aquariums for crocodilians, just for the main fact that you're going to go out and buy a little baby alligator, and then next thing you know, he's grown, 2-3 foot, and now he can't turn around comfortably inside the aquarium that you bought for him, regardless how big of an aquarium you got for him. I don't care if you go out and buy a 280-gallon tank, it's still only going to be about 2 foot, 3 foot wide at the most. And he's just not going to be able to turn around in that once he gets any size on him. So at first it's going to look really cool, but in the long run it's really just a giant waste of money. Here's another caging idea. As you can see here, we just have a wood frame with a tarp as the bottom, and then we have a kiddie pool for him to swim in. The kiddie pool ain't really big enough for him to do much swimming. The tarp, they go and they poop all over it, and then you got to figure out how you're going to clean it off. You can either take it out and then try to get it back in, or just a big pain in the butt. Of course, I only got the one heat lamp. This is just to show you what really ain't a good cage. It's just too hard to clean. Another thing with the other cage, with the half land, half water, if the water is your main base and then you got a little built up land, you can just rinse the land off with the water, and it goes down to the water, and your filtration will take care of that. Of course, here you actually got to figure out how you're going to clean it, and this just really ain't a good cage idea. Here's the enclosure I tend to use. This is just your normal stock tank, and I fill it anywhere from about a quarter to half full of water. This time it's only about a quarter. Normally I have it a little bit fuller than this. That's my little Nile crocodile sitting there. It's about I want to say it's like a 180-gallon tank. It's about 4.5 foot by 3 foot, so, and about 2 foot tall, so it fits through a doorway well. But anyway, as you can see, I have half water, half land. That's what I normally go with, so then he can get up and bask, because they love to bask. They don't just swim all the time. He also has ample room to swim. One thing you'll notice, once your crocodilian starts to get bigger, if you only use one heat lamp, he will start to get burns on him, and that can cause infection and can even kill him. This one got burnt once when he was younger. It's healing up quite nicely. He's going to have a little bit of a scar, but it'll deteriorate over time. But anyway, so yeah, use multiple heat lamps. Once they get a little bit over 18 inches, you want to start using 2 or 3 heat lamps on them instead of just one. Since the top of the enclosure is so close to the rock, what I do is I only use your normal light bulb, but yet again I also have him in my reptile room, so it's automatically about 80 degrees in here on any given day without the heat lamps. So if you're going to use actual heat lamps, keep them probably about 2 foot away from the crocodilian. Don't actually have them like right down over him. Somebody was asking me what kind of filtration system I use. This is called a fluval. I got it unplugged right now. It's a fluval. It says it only filters 100 gallons, and that's about all it's good for. I put inside a 360-gallon tank with about 200 gallons of water in it, and it kept up pretty well. They're great for the main fact I've had a 5-foot alligator chomp down on this and nothing happened to it. He tried his best to kill it, but he couldn't. So highly recommend them. They're amazing. They're great for keeping your water clean. Another good idea is I got just a rock in here set up on 2 normal cinder blocks, but I left enough room for him to get up underneath there, so he has the whole tank that he can swim, and he still has plenty of land area, so he can get up underneath there and hide if he starts getting stressed or whatever. I can throw fish up in there and they can live for a while before he finds them and kills them. But so this is the enclosure I use for the most time. Of course, I took the top off for the video, but you do need a top on there because he gets out so fast, ain't even funny. Here, in my opinion, is another much better caging option for your baby crocodile, alligator, or caiman. You can just go to Walmart, and instead of spending big bucks on an aquarium, you can buy the largest Rubbermaid tub that you can find and elevate a rock. I haven't did any of this in this. I just threw him in here to show you a size reference. He's about 2 foot long almost. And put a rock in there, elevate it, fill it half full of water, put a nice top on there, put some heat lamps on there, and you got yourself a cage. It'll make do for anywhere from a year to 2 years, just depends what you own. So that's another cheap, practical way to go. And in my opinion, when it comes to crocodilian caging, there's only 2 words you need to know, and that's poly tank. They're a lot cheaper than any aquarium that you can buy. In the long run, you're going to buy a 120-gallon aquarium for the same price that you can buy a 360-gallon poly tank. An aquarium is only going to last a couple of years because he ain't going to be able to turn around inside an aquarium. But if you get a big round poly tank, he can move around inside that just fine. Just remember when you're caging your crocodilian to use half land, half water, so you can get up out of the water and bask, and he has plenty of room to swim around in. For the long run, crocodilians are okay in captivity just as long as you have the knowledge to care for them properly and have the room and money to house them. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's VenomMan20. Have a good one.